Hello and welcome to the Party Center Speaks podcast. This is the podcast for family entertainment centers and event venue owners, operators, managers, and staffers looking to grow their business. Want to learn about increasing booking parties, improving facility operations, marketing, and more? This podcast is for you. My name is Margaux and I am the marketing and content coordinator here at Party Center Software. In this episode, we're sitting down with Jessica Black and Jennifer Bullington from Peachy Playtown in Georgia to talk about strategies, commitment, and trust it took to launch and grow a successful play cafe. Hello, Jessica and Jennifer. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for being on the podcast. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good, thank you. We're doing great.
Do you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Just tell us a little about, Peachy Playtown and what you guys do for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are the founders and owners of Peachy Playtown. We're located in Middle Georgia, so we're kind of in the southeast, right in the middle of Georgia. We're in Perry, Georgia, to be exact. And we've been open for about 2.5 years. Jen and I are best friends, and we've been best friends for decades. She's my oldest, not oldest, like she's the oldest, but she's been my best friend for the longest amount of time. And so she really puts up with me. She stuck around. But we have a cool situation. We raise our kids together and we live near each other, and we're just together like every single day. Doing business together and doing life together and homeschooling together. And it's just a wonderful combination.
I love that.
And
That's
I'm
amazing.
I'm Jennifer, and she's Jessica.
I'm Jessica. She's Jen.
Before we dive in, I like to start with our party starter question. So, what is a daily habit that you swear by, even though it makes zero sense to anybody else?
You starting? I'm starting.
I'll start. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm the chatty one. So I would say the daily habit that we do is honestly is our constant communication. And I mean, it may not be a crazy daily habit, but we do it every single day. We wake up and she sends me a weird picture. That's how I know she's awake. And then so I send one back and she knows I'm awake. But then we're constantly check and balancing things off of each other all day long. Like if we're together or if we're not. So I really think that constant checking in, she's more of a saver. I'm more of a spender. So we definitely have a good balance. But that is something that we consistently do every single day. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's more practical and I feel like I'm more spazzy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just balance each other.
Yeah, it is a good balance. Like if she has an idea, I'll be able to go through and analyze. If I have an idea, she'll go through and analyze until we kind of find a common ground of how we can make this idea work for all of our situations.
Yeah. And if you don't have a business partner, that's okay, but you need somebody who's going to give you honest feedback all the time with your ideas. If it's a parent or whatever, hype you up too, but also be like, I don't see how that's going to work. And so I think we do that really well. We've always done that really well.
Yeah. And
amazing.
Really we don't ever get offended. I think that's a huge thing too with people is they get offended when it's I don't like that, or that's dumb in the nicest way.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's no, I'll be like, that is so stupid.
Yeah,
Why would we ever do that?
Constructive criticism, you need to be able to take that for sure. And
Yeah,
I love that you guys have such a strong foundation, and I think that that's super important to, as best friends and to go into business with each other. So that's amazing. So thank you for that. And it's definitely not crazy that you guys communicate that much. So
All day.
so yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. Talking a little bit
girl.
more about your background. Is there anything from your past or background that influences the philosophy behind how you run Peachy Playtown or the experiences that you choose to offer?
So Jess has all the experience in education and art. She was an art teacher. I have the experience of business. I have a business degree. So really that shaped a lot of when we started. When we first started creating Peachy, I was definitely the one who was doing more of the not buying, but researching and doing, and Jess is very more creative. Like, so everything in Peachy, like all the colors, all the equipment, she intentionally created for a reason. Like,
I didn't want anything loud or crazy. I wanted it to be a calm space. And I think like as a mom, you know, we definitely took into account our backgrounds professionally, but we're both moms. And at the time we had little bitty kids. We had like a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I also had a 5-year-old. And so we were like, where can we go? And so that really kind of like sprung it, as we didn't feel the vibe we wanted anywhere we went. And so motherhood, along with, you know, we're very passionate about the things that we do, and we wanted more time with our family. We wanted to be present with our families. A lot of that was those were things that really drove us to start Peachy Playtown. And, you know, Peachy didn't start as a brick and mortar. We started mobile, and we paid our dues. Like we really did. Like, we were out of a tiny Honda and a little bitty gifted trailer and a tiny shed, and we had all this equipment. It was,
and we were both working 9 to 5s and then working 12 to 12s on the weekends.
Oh, wow. So this was kind of like a side gig almost when you started. Can you talk a little bit more about, you know, the mobile part of it?
Yeah. So, you know, Peachy kind of bloomed post-COVID, because we really wanted to start a brick and mortar first, and banks weren't lending. And so Jess was like, let's go mobile. So we pulled our money together, and we got our first shipment of equipment in, and we started doing parties on the weekend. Jess and I would be outside loading at like 6 a.m.
in the rain,
cleaning.
It don't snow in Georgia, but in the rain. Yeah, no, we'd be cleaning. Like, our weekends were full-time jobs on top of our full-time jobs. And, you know, then we slowly like started growing. I think we were really good at like kind of weaving ourselves into the community. We wanted to be seen. Jen was phenomenal at like, we need to join these organizations like our chambers and things like that, and really get our name out there. And I think like, I could say with confidence, like Peachy Playtown is a household name in Middle Georgia. Like, people say Peachy Playtown and they know. And I think they associate certain things with us because of how well we have. I mean, it's just who we are. I mean, it's no fakeness. Like, it's just, we're just who we are, and we put ourselves out there and started authentically and have grown organically. And people have really latched on to like our story of just like two moms who want to be with their kids and have like scratched their way to get to that point. I mean, it wasn't easy. We definitely paid our dues doing mobiles. And, you know, I could remember doing like, it would stress me out. Jen is like she's not stressed about it at all. But I would be like, oh my gosh, we have 5 mobiles starting up here. Then we have to go an hour south, then here, ding, 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 all the way through Middle Georgia. Then we got to turn around and go pick them all back up. And it was just us. And so, and our husbands, like, I don't want to belittle that. You know, when you start a business, it's not just you. It's not just it is the whole crew, especially husbands. They're like, well, I guess I work here now.
And we still do mobiles. We have a girl that runs that entire side now. So she does all the inquiries, packs, delivers, does it all. So we still do all of our mobile events as well as having the facility.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And talking more about like kind of how you're intertwined with your community, what was a moment or problem that you both noticed in the community that made you think this type of business needs to exist and we're the ones who should do it?
It really was like a cumulation. Was that even a word? Of like,
she's the worst thesaurus.
I am.
She could not do words.
Accumulation. There we go. It's like an accumulation of everything, of having kids. It's like we would go out in the public and it's like, where is the stool so my kid can wash their hands? You know, or like, where can I change my kid that's not disgusting?
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, this step. Oh, I said the word sucks. This issue. And so when Peachy was born, it was like, what issues have we had our entire motherhood in one facility?
It's very thoughtful. I think if you walked into Peachy, you would be like, mom's designed this space. It's very clear. I think maybe, no offense to men. Love you guys. We need you. But I think they do design public bathrooms because it is the most unchild friendly place. It's gross. And so, yes, we definitely took that into consideration when we made Peachy, and it is like mom friendly from top to bottom, front to back. It's the visibility, the bathroom situation, the nursing areas, the snacks, the cafe, our play structures, our carpets where you can sit and play with your kids, like literally everything we put thought into as moms. How will this impact, of course, the kids? We know our kids, but like, how is this going to impact these mothers and caregivers and a lot of grandparents? We have a lot of grandparents that come to Peachy too. And a lot of dads. Like, we do have a lot of dads. And so how is this going to affect the parents? Are they going to be comfortable here? And so that really was like our drive to do it.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, because they're the ones that are going to be, sitting there and spending the most time in there. So you need to accommodate them. And I love that so much. And I'm going to kind of jump around here to questions because you kind of answered a little bit of one of them, which is when parents talk about Peachy Playtown, what do you think they mention first? And why do you think that stands out? And I think that you answered it a little bit with thinking about mothers and taking that into account. So what do you think that they mention first when they think about you guys?
Definitely, you walk in and you feel clean. You feel clean, and Peachy just has this like natural, welcoming atmosphere. It's very hard to explain until you're there. And I hear that so much.
I do. I hear that too. You don't get like a vibe. It's like a feng shui thing, but like there is a vibe when you walk into Peachy. It is. It's clean and it's cozy and it
welcoming.
Feels welcoming. It's like a home away from home. I mean, we have people that go there literally like every day.
Wow.
Like members that are there every single day. Like, our members are wonderful. And they've become some of our very close friends and we love them. But it is like a home away from home. And we knew that because I knew, I'm like, well, we're going to be here. So I want to like where I'm at. And so like our kids now, the babies that we had when we started Peachy are now, hers just turned 5, mine just turned 6. I have now a 10-year-old. And also we just also had babies. So I don't know if you knew that, but I have a 7-month-old and she has almost a 9-month-old. So we were like, yay, let's have babies together. It's so fun. Like, don't do it. It's kind of crazy. No, I mean, you could do it, but it's a lot. There's a lot going on at once.
Yeah. And our staff, our staff is absolutely amazing. Sometimes they're like, we love Peachy more than you love Peachy.
They do love Peachy. It is so important when you hire. I do the majority of the hiring. And so I think it's so important to be very upfront. When you hire somebody, you interview somebody, first of all, as an employer, it is okay to be like, I just don't think this is going to be a good fit. And it is okay to tell them you will be cleaning from the minute you step in here. That'd be a little scary. I'm not, but I mean, like, that way it's not a surprise, you want them to love. But we do employ a lot of moms too that have come to Peachy and they love it so much. They're like, are y'all hiring? I'd love to work here. And I think moms have a wonderful work ethic, and they understand the importance of cleanliness. And so that buy-in from our staff is tremendous. And we have the best staff. Like, I could not ask for better employees. They will, at the drop of the hat, like, cover shifts for each other and come in when they're all, I mean, like, literally we will go to work. We work in the building like Monday. That is like our day. And now I'm like, I don't know if I can do that because we have like all of our employees come to hang out on Monday. They bring all their kids and they want to hang out. And I love that. It's so sweet. But like, I'm like, I'm trying to do some actual work, but like they come to hang out and they bring all their kids on their off days. And I think that says a lot. Like, you have a place that your employees want to come and hang out with their kids when they're not even on the schedule.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, that's a huge testament to you guys. I mean, just that they love being around you and love being at your business. So that's amazing. So kind of going back to when you first started and, hiring all these people and trying to figure out what to do when you first started, what was the biggest learning curve in your first year that you didn't really expect going in?
So we kind of split roles. Jess is kind of like the fun boss stuff. I get all the back end stuff. So for me personally, I've never run a business. So having to deal with payroll and taxes and hiring people and where do these documents go, and that to me was the biggest learning curve, having to figure out that side of it. But my biggest recommendation to anyone is really find a CPA. That is awesome. And our CPA is great. And then also we spent a lot of time with our local SBA, SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. We spent a lot of time and a lot of meetings with them, and they were very helpful in like navigating that process of, you have a new hire, you have to send your stuff to the Department of Employment or IRS, or like all these things you had to verify. And I'm like, I had no idea that that's going to be in my realm of having to. So for me, that was my biggest hurdle to figure out, for sure.
Yeah, I just sat there and watched Jen do it too.
No, that's great advice.
Well, but definitely like utilize the resources at your disposal. Every state has an SBDC, I believe, or an SBA, and look it up and see what they have. Like our SBDC it was about 45 minutes north of us. We would go up there and literally because we did end up receiving an SBA loan to open our brick and mortar. They helped us create that business plan and create the spreadsheets and the, kind of like, what's that called when you look into the future? Projections of income and how we were going to make income. And we had to have all of that stuff up front, all of our business models and paperwork. I will say though, kudos to Jen and a little bit of me, but kudos to Jen because they did say it was the best business proposal they had ever seen.
Awesome.
It was very thorough. It was really cool, but definitely utilize those resources. Your SBA and SBDC, they want to help. Like they're fantastic. And Jen recently spoke at a SBA event. She was a speaker. It was so cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that definitely gets your name out there for sure. And thank you so much for that advice too. I'm sure that that's going to be really helpful for a lot of people that want to start something similar. So awesome. Good advice. So we talked a lot about cleanliness, and you're very transparent about that in your facility. You even share it a lot on social media that I've seen some videos of. How has that openness helped build trust and impacted bookings or parent confidence?
I mean, really, you can go on our Google page. How many Google reviews do we have?
706. I looked last night.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
I mean, we have 706 5-star Google reviews.
Can I tell you, we have, because I did go look, because I'm always curious. I mean, you should. This is your business. You need to know what's going on.
Right.
I looked last night, and I think we have maybe, I'll be honest, we have 2 1-star reviews. One was when somebody came during a party, and we were closed. And, you could see my response. I'm like, I'm so sorry. The other was because we require socks. Everybody has to wear socks, including the adults. You're not immune to having gross feet because you're an adult. Kids crawl on our floor. Our babies crawl around Peachy on their hands and knees. It is like our hard rule. If you go to Peachy Playtown and you're watching this, you have to wear socks. I don't know why, but it was literally like I had to wear socks. I watched my kids through the window outside because they were going to make me wear socks. And like, it's just so, and so on my review response, I'm like, well, I'll take it. If that's going to give me the one, like, I will take that 1-star review respectfully. I appreciate it because yes, we are very serious about our cleanliness. And yes, I think our Google reviews are insane. Like we have so many and they're all about cleanliness, friendly staff, easy party, like love having the party, so easy. I didn't have to do anything. Like we are mom, parent centered first,
And like, we're also business owners, but we're also moms. So we're also a part of all these mom groups in the area. And I will sit back and I will watch these moms ask for advice on where to go to play, where to go to have their parties. And I won't respond, but I will read what other people say about it. And it is all the time. It's like, Peachy Playtown's #1 cleanliness. Peachy Playtown, everyone needs to emulate what they're doing because they are cleaning all the time. My kids don't get sick when I go to Peachy compared to other places where I get blah, 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 blah. You know, I have never had a phone call or never had a complaint about their child coming to Peachy and leaving sick. Ever.
Yeah. No, thank you. I wouldn't want that for my kid.
Yeah.
Like, we're not the Burger King or McDonald's. Those are certainly options, but we are clean. Oh, you walk in, our girls are vacuuming, they are wiping. We have a cleaning schedule, strict regimen. I know I keep going back to that, but when we opened, I'm like, we are going to be this way. And it has to be this way if we want to be successful.
Right. And I mean, it seems like you guys are. If like you've only had 2 1-star reviews out of 700, and most of them are just praising you guys for how clean you are, then you are successful. So that's amazing. And I love that. So one of the 1-star reviews was about socks. So how do you set clear rules and expectations like age limits, waivers, behavior, socks, while keeping the space fun and welcoming and stress-free for families?
I would definitely say when we train our staff, they have almost like a tour that they take these people on verbally. When we ask, have you been in before? That's like one of the questions. I think it's so important to have that kind of not a script for your staff, but definitely have them have something that they can go to when someone walks in. Have you been in before? Have you been here with us? Have you filled out a waiver? And then from there, you can kind of judge what kind of conversation you need to have. It's a flow chart, like I need to tell them about Peachy. We also have signs everywhere. We have signs about shoes, and it is a gross sign. It's like the bottom of a shoe, and it's like there's urine and there's feces and there's spit and there's MRSA, like it's on your shoes. And so it's kind of like a shock value that conveys this message. Because shoes are nasty. There's our shoe. It's like shoes are gross.
So we have this sign on our door and on our front desk. I think there's only 2 places, but it is a disgusting looking.
And we post it online. It's a yucky shoe. And so we kind of go over that with them, and most, I would say 99% of people are understanding, like, oh, I totally get it. My kids are crawling in here too. Like they're also parents and families and moms who want a clean space. And so also as a business owner, it's just knowing your hard line. Of like, these are the things we accept and don't. There have been certain things like people coming in and having impromptu parties or things that we have to address on the fly. My rule is like, it can happen once, but it won't happen again. And so if it does happen once, we immediately amend policy. We have our policy, we have it written. I amend it. I make sure that my staff understands that this has been corrected. We things like age limits on the play floor, because we have a lot of like older siblings that want to, come with their younger siblings. Well, they just end up playing. And if you're going to end up playing, then you're going to have to pay for your child. I think that's fair. Like if you go to a big trampoline park, you don't get to just go in there for free. And so, just things that we have amended, and don't be afraid to change your policy. Don't be afraid to tell people exactly how it is. We are unapologetically so, and it is to keep families and children safe and healthy in our facility. Like our employees are also not afraid to be like, where's your mom at? Hey, I told you not to run in here a few times. We're not babysitters, but like we have to keep a safe environment.
Right.
And so we'll say like, hey, I'm just letting you know, you may want to come over here where he is. Because a lot of parents will follow their kids and play and watch them. But sometimes they get in a conversation or they're, hanging out in the cafe. And so we will address it. And she's like, hey, you might want to keep an eye because he's like ramming the buggy into the baby on the floor. I don't know, or whatever. It doesn't happen often. Usually parents are very attentive, but you need to have those systems in place just in case.
Yeah, and they're very black and white. It's no, oh, well, maybe. It's like, no, hard stop. Like there's no, if like our employees will never have a, oh, well, let me double check. It's a no, this is what's written. This is the rule. There's no wiggle room. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. And telling our employees too, like sometimes it's hard to be confrontational, but like you can defer and default to me or Jen. Like blame us. Like I would love to let you do that, but unfortunately the owners don't allow that. Like I will be it's fine. I mean, if they don't want to wear socks or whatever, like they can go to another play place that doesn't allow socks, which is no.
Yeah.
So
No, but I like that. I mean,
yeah.
you're standing up for your employees as well. And I like the fact that you kind of mentioned, you guys put signs up and have scripts because that's also branding, because I'm in marketing, branding of Peachy Playtown. So when people come, they know exactly, your brand and how you guys are represented and all of that stuff. So that's amazing. And I think that it's great that you guys have all of those things in place so they know the rules and expectations for when they come to Peachy Playtown. So
Yes.
good job. Yes. Okay. So, did you ever worry that all day play would hurt revenue? And what actually happened, and what have you learned from this experience?
Well, you answer
No. And from the get-go, I was like, we are not limiting time for kids to play. First of all, if I go somewhere and it's like you're gonna tell me I have to leave as my kid is still playing, I won't be angry. Personally, that's why and that's why we had that decision of not putting a time limit, because really, like, there's already an automatic time limit on your kid. Really,
I would say there's a natural
Yeah.
time limit to toddlers.
I mean, after 2 hours, it's time to go home and go take a nap. And so when you put that precedent of like, oh, I only can be there for 2 hours, and then they're gonna start kicking people out, like, I didn't like that as a mom, as a business owner. I wanted them to be free, to be able to stay as long as they want. And really, like, I mean, every once in a while there'll be that one person that stays like 5 or 6 hours, which is bizarre to me. But usually after a couple hours, they're gone, and they might come back. I mean, really, it's probably maybe
Few and far
5,
between.
10% they come back and play. But like, to have that option, to like give that option,
I think is a selling point. It sounds nice. Like,
yeah,
it's for all day. To
Mhm.
me, it's more of a marketing situation. Will they come back? Probably not. But if they do, they're more than welcome to. We
Yeah.
have grandparents that'll bring their kids in the morning and then go home for nap time. And then parents will get off work and sometimes want to bring their kids in the evening. We've had that before.
Yeah. And that's part of our spiel when they're first come in there. This is, $18 for all day or $17 all day play. Come back after nap time, after dinner, bring your dinner here if you want to come do that.
That's also a huge selling point.
And they're always like, oh, we can come back. I'm like, yeah. So, and really they really don't ever. I mean, it's really very rare that they do.
I think
Yeah.
like enforcing and implementing a time limit would have been so much more tedious and difficult for our employees to enforce, and like,
Mhm.
and I know some places have it to be able to reset and clean and do whatever, but like they're doing that consistently throughout their shift, throughout the day, that they don't need an hour to do that. They can just continually do it while they're working.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask, like, what sort of feedback have you gotten from all day play versus like maybe other places that don't have all day play? I mean, are people loving it? What are the things that they have to say about not or anything?
I definitely think it's more of like you get more bang for your buck. Like
Mhm.
they are more like, oh, that is such a cool perk. Even if they never do it, like if they wanted to, the option is there. And I think it's just like I said, it kind of is a marketing tool. Like it's all day play, like 9 to 7. You can come in all day, leave, go get lunch, come back, DoorDash your lunch, go home for a nap. Because littles, I do think our demographic, because we do 0 to 6-year-olds, like they have a nap time a lot of times.
Right.
And maybe with 15-year-olds at a trampoline park may not have a nap time. They need one. But so I get their stance on it. I totally do. But just for our age group and our demographic, it's just naturally built in, and parents love the thought and the almost like just what they're getting with their admission, like
Mhm.
the opportunity to come back. I'm like, yeah, you can come back for dinner, go get a pizza right down the street at a pizza place.
Yeah.
Make dad
Good.
bring them back for the evening, like so you can have
Yes.
some time at home.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely a good thing to have for marketing, and you definitely need to think about your age demographic when it comes to that. So that's awesome.
And I also think like our facility is a lot bigger than a lot of play facilities. So, our building is about 5,000 square feet, Whereas I see a lot of play facilities that are 1,000 or 2,000, they might need that limit to be, or need those time slots to even fit those people. But our capacity is 100 people,
Correctly.
So we don't have the issue of getting to capacity at 10 a.m. when there's, 10 families in there, whereas other places might only can accommodate 3 or 4 families at a time.
And I think that it is successful either way, but you have to come at it the right way. Like I see a lot of play cafes out there that do have time limits, and I think they're very upfront about it. You reserve your slot. There's only a limited, but then to me, I'm like, well, that just kind of caps your income, but we also don't sell coffee or stuff. Like they have that other additional revenue stream. I don't know. It works for us, and I'm glad that we didn't set a time. I just don't want to deal with that.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. So I've seen you guys promote themed play days, parent-child days, and seasonal events on your social media. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you come up with these ideas and why you think they resonate so well with families?
So I kind of look at it's very helpful because I have my own little test sample of children that are my personal children, like my offspring. So I get to really see what they're into, and I know what kids like. I taught school, so I taught elementary school, and so I just going from there. Like, what are the basics of play? What do kids love? Like, what would parents want? Like, what do I want for Mother's Day? Like, how can I facilitate that in our in Peachy? Having sensory play days, or even just asking the public. Jen's like, I'm like, what should I do in this month? Jen's like, put a post on Facebook and see what people want. There's no shame in that. They want Bluey every month. Okay, we'll get you Bluey. We also partner with a phenomenal character company, and they do all of our characters for birthdays and for events. And I'm speaking on this because I do the majority of the event planning. Jen she's your party person. She does all of the party mock-ups, handling that with our party coordinator. And then I kind of focus more on the event situation. So events get people in the door, even if they're just an event that doesn't really cost anything for Peachy. I think it's important to have your calendar, not have the appearance of being full, but to be full and have things there, even if you just buy a little craft that people can come and do all day. I'm currently trying to get moms in that teach or do yoga, or want to lead a Bible study, things that can give that consistent daily flow, because we don't have a coffee shop. We have an empty party room the majority of the weekdays. The weekends it is not empty. But I want to fill it. You have the space. This is how you get people in the door. When you have people in the door for events, that leads to party bookings because they see how awesome your space is. And then the parties are what really push the revenue in your business. So get people in the door. What's going to get them in there? Also, Disney is 5 hours away. So we're mini Disney. I had a parent tell me that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. They're like,
I love that.
Go to Disney. Or I had one parent tell me that they came in there to practice for Disney.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because to get them used to characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we have Rapunzel, we have the princesses, we have the superheroes, we have superhero, and it is so fun. And parents love to see their kids enjoying and making memories. Even when I had my kid's Spider-Man birthday, after seeing all the Spider-Man birthdays we've had, I was in tears because it was my kid's birthday. And I'm like, I never thought it would be this way. I see parties all the time, and it was just so sweet. And I know that feeling because I'm a mom. So events really get people in the door, book the parties, pay the bills.
Yes. Yes. And I know you just said that you partner with a character company. So partnerships seem to play a big role in your community presence. So how have collaborations with local businesses contributed to your growth, and what makes a partnership successful from your perspective? Are there any examples that you can share?
We've partnered with so many people in our community. I mean, we've had jiu-jitsu classes.
Oh, wow.
We've had
beekeeping. The bees in the facility.
We've had pediatric dentist, mom's night.
Lemurs.
The snake
guy.
Coffee shops come in, dentist office, pediatric dentist office. And we even promote, we Kid Strong came in and promoted their business, and I don't want to say they're a competitor, but they also are for little kids, and it's a collaboration for our community. It's not a competition, and so we try to have as many partnerships as we can for these kids, or if someone reaches out to us and wants to do something, we'll try to accommodate it if possible. We have one mom that comes in a lot. She came in recently and did magnets for an event. We had another mom who had a lemonade business and wanted to come in and sell lemonade.
Yeah, we collaborate all the time. Like to me, like she said, even with companies that, we have the same demographic, like Kid Strong, I guess would technically really be a competitor for us, but like, I just don't look at it that way.
Right.
To me, like it helps us and it helps them. And I don't know. I think that's so important. It's important to like have people in your building. Also, it's important like your social media presence, like supporting your company, your friends, like your business friends, especially if you align with people. I'm not saying you have to be fake about it or like support a business. We're not supporting vape shops or things like that, but we do support like our hometown pediatric friends or like whatever is out there on our community mom group pages, like, hey, where can I take my kid? Like, even as a mom on our mom groups, there are times like I will recommend things that are not even Peachy. Like, right. I'm like, this was like, what can I do that's different with my kid? And I'm like, did you know you can go to the fairgrounds and just drive around and ride around your bikes and stuff? Or go to the Go Fish Center down the road? I mean, I don't even recommend Peachy necessarily all the time. I mean, Peachy's great, but like, there's so many things to do. And if they're in Perry, like, they'll come to us too.
Right, yeah. And it seems like maybe sometimes it might be like an unlikely partnership that you do with somebody else, but you both have the same goal, which is to support each other and lift each other up in the community. So I think that that's really great.
Yeah, it has been so fun. Like we've met so many people. I think joining your chamber locally is a great way to meet business friends. Even like I have like grandparents that are like, I don't know what to do about my retirement. I'm like, well, I have a person for you. Just talking to people or I don't know, just making those connections. And it's so wonderful because they will also refer you. When you are on, we have a big group in our community. It's called Robins to Go. It's got like everybody in our community in it. It's huge. It was developed during COVID. And so when people are like, I'm looking for a first birthday place, like where can I take my kid? It's like our business friends are like on it. They'd be like heating and air companies, spa places, retirement
shops.
Yeah, I mean, they're like Peachy Playtown, Peachy Playtown, So that's super cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So moving on to birthday parties. Birthday parties are a major revenue driver for Peachy Playtown, I'm sure. From an owner and operator standpoint, what makes your party experience work so well for parents and your team?
I think parties at Peachy are the best. I mean, we've gotten how many awards for having parties at Peachy? I don't know, 6 or 7 now, but we're very hands-on with parties from start to finish. Sometimes people don't reach out when they book a party until like the day before, but it's like you book a party, you get a call and an email from us right then and there. And if they have our fanciest party, I mean, we are hands-on the entire time. What is your theme? We do mock-ups for them. We want to make sure it's perfect. The day of, there's party hosts there that help them the entire time. We want a mom to feel relaxed, which never happens during parties.
Usually you're running around and you're trying to get everything.
Yes, but your party host, like we have trained and made it where they do it all. I mean, they handle your cake. You don't cut a cake while you're there. You don't pass out all that stuff. They keep you on time. That way you're able to go and play with your kid and enjoy that time. You spend all this money on birthday parties and you end up running around the whole time trying to make sure it's perfect instead of actually just pausing in that moment and just enjoying it with your child. So we try to make it where they can do that. And they don't have to lift a single finger. You know, you come in and your party is fully decorated from the balloons, tablescapes, 100% done. Yeah, you know, the facility is sanitized, cleaned, and I mean, parties at Peach are just so cool. And like the themes that people have are so cool. The cakes that people bring in are immaculate. Like
So cool.
some of these cakes, I'm like amazed.
That's
so neat.
amazing. Yeah, I like
But
that it's fully customizable and it's not like one size fits all. So that's amazing.
yes, and like communication all the time, you know, we always tell them like if you don't like something in your mock-up, please let us know. We call 2 weeks prior, making sure that like they are good to go. Do they need anything? We have a handout that they get that's like 6 pages long of like everything about our facility.
All the rules, yeah.
All the rules, what you get in your party. There's no secrets. Everything is transparent in there. And then after their party, they get a follow-up phone call as well. How did it go? How did your experience go? How could we do better? What was your favorite thing? You know, there is a consistent flow of communication the entire time, so nobody feels that they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't want to get to a party location and be like to bring whatever. Yes, like that's terrible. And I mean, if it doesn't come with the package you select, we also tell you you're going to need to bring these items. I think a lot of that is your marketing materials, like all of the things, your paperwork, you know, that you need to have at the ready to send out to all your clients whenever they book a party. I think I love parties at Peachy because I don't do all the mock-up stuff like Jen does. But like if somebody calls and wants to book a party, I know exactly what to tell them. There is no secret. Like it is so easy to be like, this is what you get. You get the candy cart, you get the goodie bag. Well, I can give you the spiel right now. All that's done for you. It is fantastic. You can go look at our reviews online. We have been open in our facility for going on 3 years, and we have had literally parties for 4 or 5 years because they started with us as mobile, done the first 2 as mobile, and then have now done their 3rd and 4th birthdays at Peachy and going on their, like, it is so, like, I've seen these kids grow up. Like
it's crazy.
It is crazy. And it's like, what an honor, like to do for these parents and these families. I just booked a party yesterday and it's like her 2nd or 3rd one at Peachy.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And Jen can remember every theme that she does. It's really cool. It's personalized. People feel like that we care because we do. Like we care. You're going to spend that much money with us. We're going to make it an amazing experience. Jen will do a mock-up and I'm like, where did you get this? We did this Ninja Turtle party. Oh my gosh. I know the pictures are on Facebook and Instagram. That was one of my favorite ones that you did. And like the mom, it's just so cool. Like, you know, they bring in their food. They had like the grapes, and the grapes were like green, and they did like the little banner. It was like oranges and like little eyeballs or like marshmallows. And then Jen had like pizza boxes stacked up on the tables, and the sewer lid or whatever was on the backdrop. I'm like, this is so cool.
That is so cool.
Yes,
Wow.
I love it. She does a great job.
Yeah, you so creative. I love that. And also just, you know, you guys have everything planned like down to a T, and I'm sure that, you know, everyone loves that and feel like they can really enjoy the party experience. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So many new owners feel overwhelmed by systems before opening. What gave you confidence to choose a software partner to, you know, rely on early on, and how did Party Center software support you during your startup phase?
I mean, we looked at quite a few different ones, and ultimately Danielle was our sales rep. Shout out to Danielle because she's so sweet. But really the reason why we went with Party Center software was how personable Danielle was, and how that was a big part of it.
I agree, because I remember she would look at other softwares and it's like, we need this information, and like we could never really speak to somebody. Like it was like very sterile. And I did enjoy that. Like if I need something, despite the time difference, because you get there's California office, but like I will email or call, and as soon as it opens, or like immediately, I will get a person to talk to. I think Jonathan is who I talked to. Is it Jonathan?
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, hey again. And I'm like, hi. He's like, did you use Chrome? I'm like, yeah, I forgot we talked about that. But like I know them. Like I know them and they help us. And like if we have an issue, they resolve it. And it takes that worry out of like having to deal with those issues and like trying to figure out what the problem is. I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna call them and they can help me.
Or even before, because we used HoneyBook during mobiles. That was just what was working best for us. Danielle was able to sit with us and work with us, because with the mobile side, it's a whole different ball game than the party indoor stuff. And so she was able to finagle where Party Center we could still do all of our mobile stuff in that software.
We still use you for our mobile,
yeah,
and our brick and mortar, which has been really nice.
Yes. So it's like every problem or issue that we had, even before we signed up, we had a list of like, these are the issues that we're gonna have. How can we do this? And they did. I mean, like, but even before we signed up, they're like, this is what we can do, this is how we can solve all this. And so, and really after that, and like being able to talk to people and
the onboarding phase, because it is kind of it's so confused, especially for me. Like Jen catches on really quick. She can be told something and she's like, okay, I got it. But like I have to run into the problem and then try to figure it out to learn how to do something. And so having somebody on standby and the onboarding information was all there, like all the videos, all of how to set up this or that, because it can be very confusing, especially with schedule blocks and, schedule blocks, but it also makes it easy for our employees to use. I think the point of sale function is very simple. It's not overwhelming. They know how to go in and search customers. They know how to go in. The waivers are integrated. Like everything is all in one spot, scheduling birthdays and our upfront, checking people in, buying socks, buying snacks, whatever. It's all one.
And even the reporting side of it at the end of the month, they helped with that part too, of like, what do I need to pull to send my CPA? And they walked me through every single thing that I needed to do step by step, and having it all in just right there that I can click, 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 and then send off and do an email, and then they handle the rest of it, was great too. Because how am I supposed to evaluate that? Like I don't know how to do a sales.
Because that is that confusing stuff that nobody really tells you about that you're gonna have to learn and know how to do. And luckily it was like a one-stop shop. We actually got referred to PCS by as a girl I went to high school with, and they own a very, very large, very profitable entertainment center in our town. And I think maybe it was like a chamber meeting we went to, and I'm like, I'm trying to find a situation to help us out. She was like, well, what about PCS? And so I think that's who referred us, was her. And if they use it and they can function on it, I mean, that's like millions of dollars going in and out of there. Then I'm like, okay, well then let's look into it. And that's how I think we figured you guys out.
Yeah,
and,
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you got a recommendation from them. That's amazing. But yeah, ultimately that's our goal, is to, be there and help you guys whatever you need help with. And I'm glad that, if you have a problem, then you can get somebody on the phone immediately. And so that's what our support team is there to help with. And then obviously like our sales team and marketing team and all of that too. I think you guys did a website with us as well too, right?
Oh yeah, we did do our website.
Yeah.
How was the process with that?
It was so, I mean, they had our website up in like 2 days.
I was like, how fast can you get this website done?
It was so, because we were opening, like we were about
like
to
a news website,
and it was mostly focused on our mobiles at that point, and they redid everything. I mean, literally, we were probably up and going in 2 or 3 days, and then any edits that we need on the website, I mean, I'll send that in, and it's done within 30 minutes.
I think I did one a few days ago. I'm like, hey, our pricing changed. Can you update it? And he's like, bing, 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 done.
Yes. Awesome. Great. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good experience with that, and your website looks amazing. So because you partnered with PCS before opening and everything else, what were you able to focus on or avoid worrying about that helped you get up and running more smoothly?
I didn't have to worry about anything of our point of sale. Like everything was already set up. Like day one, we opened our doors, like We were able to check people in. We were able to book parties. We were booking parties before we even opened our doors because everything was already set up and good to go.
I mean, I personally have never even worked like retail before. Like, so I've never dealt with a point of sale system ever. And so to have it just like open and go, it was very user friendly. And having it beforehand, I think was really nice because we got to kind of navigate, and get used to it a little bit. And then I learned as I went. I'm still learning now, 2 years later, how to do. I'm like, Jonathan, can you help me put this event in? But like, even if you have like paid events, it can be confusing. Like, how much is the first child going to be versus the second child? Are we going to give a discount for the second child? Like, what's the max amount of children that somebody, just all that stuff. And so it's just stuff I did not think about at all.
Mm-hmm.
But PCS walked us through it very graciously.
Yeah, we have like, our staff is like on the younger level and then on the older level, and they all can use it. Mm-hmm. It is all very user friendly for all ages. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no issues. There's no issues training anyone how to use it. I mean, it's very upfront and it's very like right there. That's just easy.
Good. Awesome. If you could go back to year one, what advice would you give yourself and other new Play Cafe owners, especially when it comes to, budgeting, marketing, or just getting visibility in your community?
I think we did it right with the getting involved even before we opened. Like, that I would say we did that really well.
We did. We were shamelessly marketing.
I mean, we were at
like
everything.
Like, we did. We took our kids with us. I did not care. I still took my kids. Ranger was like 6 months old, and he went to his first ribbon cuttings. Like, it is what it is. That's just our life, and that's who we are. And I do think that's so important, like getting out there. And social media is such a huge tool when it comes to gathering data and understanding what people want, and just asking, or just putting it out there, like, this is coming. Like, don't be afraid to take the leap. Have a plan, do your research. People are like, what's your secret? I'm like, I'm not telling you, but just kidding. I mean, but I mean, like, we worked hard. We worked a lot. We did that work, and went out in the community, and that really helped us. I think before we ever opened a brick and mortar, we had a ribbon cutting like for our mobile, like we didn't even have a place. We just did it at the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a ribbon cutting for our brick and mortar location. And then over time, like, we won a huge award with the Robbins Chamber not too long ago. It was like Emerging Business of the Year, which is huge. I mean,
yeah, that's huge. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And then before that, we won the Golden Nail Award with the Perry Chamber. We're in multiple chambers because we cover, we have people that come from different cities and stuff. So, just getting in, and like, don't be afraid. Like, your confrontation, like, you just got to get over it. Like, you're going to have to go out and like meet people and talk to people and network organically. No one, that's why, like, it's hard. I'm like, should we franchise? I don't know, because like, you can't replicate me and Jen. That's hard to do because it's, we are that is our bid. That's like our pride and joy.
Yes, so, totally, for sure.
And for anyone just wanting to start it, I mean, I would say just do it.
Just do it.
If you fail, it's okay.
Yeah, it's just your life savings. Like, who cares?
I mean, you guys are the perfect success story, I feel like, to, replicate themselves after. So I think everything that we talked about today is such good advice from you guys. So I just wanted to say thank you so much again for, coming on the podcast and speaking with me. I definitely learned a lot. So I hope that everyone listening learned a lot too. But for anyone listening, you can keep up with everything Peachy Playtown is doing by following them on Instagram at Peachy Playtown. Is there anything else you guys want to add about your social media or just anything coming up for Peachy Playtown?
I think definitely give us a follow on Instagram. I think everything we post, we've really started to kind of go a new direction on our Instagram. We used to be just Peachy Playtown. We post like our events and things, but I really wanted it to be more about us. So like it's more of like our life just being goofy, like not taking things so serious at work. They're some of them are really hilarious. Definitely it's worth a follow if you're a small business owner, if you're a mom, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're looking at, getting into this industry. Like I think it could provide some comic relief. Also, our stories are fun. We're always just posting, and I think we're a great follow. Instagram, and we're on TikTok, we're on Pinterest, we're on Facebook, we're on OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. We're not there. We're not there. I'm not that desperate. But definitely Instagram is where it's at, and Facebook. We have a really great. And if you just want some ideas,
definitely. I mean, I'm getting some ideas for PCS from you guys. So you guys are doing amazing, and I think you said earlier one of your videos got like 3 million views. Is that correct?
3.6 million. It's almost got 50 days worth of watch time. Like that's insane.
Wow, that's crazy. Never would have thought. You know, like when we first got hit our 100 people following us, I was like, oh my gosh, look, 2 people saw our post. I'm so excited.
It was my mom and her mom. Like it was, you got to start somewhere,
right?
Like just putting it out there. But yeah, like one of it has like almost 3, and that opened that in itself, like having a good presence online opens up other doors and other sources of revenue that aren't necessarily affiliated directly with your business. Like it's just the beginning, and don't be afraid to like shamelessly plug yourself. You're your biggest advocate. Like, you're the one running it. You're the one doing it. Please come spend your money and choose us, choose Peachy. So socials are great. Check them out.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for being here today. I really appreciate you taking the time and speaking with me. But yeah, that wraps everything up for today. Anything else before we go?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Nope. I'm going to tell you my favorite quote, though. I'll be cheesy. I'll just be cheesy. All right, my favorite quote is, the best things in life aren't things. Just let that stick with you. Or whoever.
Love that. That's a perfect quote to end. Thanks for joining us for this conversation with Jessica and Jennifer from Peachy Playtown. We're excited for what's ahead in 2026, and we'd love to hear from you. If you have feedback or topics you want us to explore, visit our feedback hub linked below or email us at marketing@partycentersoftware.com. This podcast airs twice a month with new episodes released on Thursdays. Party Center Speaks is powered by Party Center Software. We're a facility management tool that helps family entertainment centers and event venues book more parties and manage their facilities. We also offer marketing services such as custom website design and digital advertising to help you expand your reach and increase traffic. If you'd like to know more about us, head over to partycentersoftware.com and be sure to give us a follow at Party Center Software on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and at Party Center Soft on Twitter. Until next time, thanks for listening.